Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Jerusa, thank you so much. Number one, congratulations on your outstanding reflections. You gave us so much food for thought. You can't imagine these reflections of
Thanks.
yours. Yes, it was amazing. We spent a lot of time talking about all the evidence that you have given us. uh, Amazing, because you talked about your ability to design workshops and you reflected upon this, and you came up with some interesting conclusions that, well, for example, that workshop design isn't only about having good content, that you need to make design decisions, and if your decisions are good, are effective, then the teachers will take away other ideas and use them in the classroom. So that was evidence that you are kind of processing all these discussions that we have been having. So, and you challenge the ideas, your own ideas, our ideas, and you came up with this very important conclusion that the teachers need, I mean, no matter whether the session is short or long, it's important that we give them some kind of support for transfer to practice. So short, long, the teachers need to take away something that they will put into practice because they have already gone through that. They have already applied that idea in your workshops. So you came up with these ideas of workshop design, of clarity and alignment. You identified one important move that you identified was this defining culture, and doing this right from the beginning so that everybody has a shared knowledge. You also talked about moving to a more evidence-informed planning, right? So that also appears in your reflections. And
I'd
also,
like to say something,
yes,
Sylvia,
go ahead.
directly related to that. The fact that, I mean, how you went from one extreme to the other, and then you came back. When you looked at your workshop and said, well, one-off initiatives are no good for professional development. But then you came back and you said they might be if certain requirements are met, which is what Sylvia was just mentioning. So this awareness from, they are very, I mean, it's great to, it's no good, but then to somehow middle ground, looking at it more critically, more informedly, shows not only that you've gone over some of the frameworks for professional development, but are able to apply them to your own benefit, to look at what you actually produce, and you're able to reflect upon them and decide whether they meet certain criteria or not. So all this you've done.
And this is what comes out of your reflections, that in particular in relation to your ability to design workshops. But you reflected upon other issues, about the mentoring process, for example. You clearly say that mentoring works best when it starts from the mentee's needs, not what the mentor wants. And you give us some feedback on what we do to make sure that we build on your ideas, not just come and tell you what to do. You also mentioned the action plan as an important starting point, especially when it is co-constructed, right? When there is space for the mentors and the mentees to shape it. And you also mentioned that you also noticed that this whole process is meant to build agency so that you feel, I mean, more and more confident. And you mentioned this quite often with what you're doing, what you have been doing, and also the fact that collaboration and shared responsibility can also contribute both to your growth and our growth as mentors. So the mentoring process has been examined in your reflections. About us, you consider that the mentoring is very dialogic, say that we ask questions, we listen, and that we are in a way modeling what mentoring looks like. And this is what we were aiming at. So it was great to hear that you noticed this. And you also noticed you becoming much more active in this process, in the process of mentoring and the process of developing this ability to design workshops. I think that you feel valued and respected, and this is what you say, and you also say you have also noticed that you are repositioning yourself professionally, and this is a very important point. It's not just about designing workshops. It's about becoming a better and better professional, a better professional for whatever you want to do in the future. Silvia, you had other questions. Oh,
Yeah.
no, but
Yes, it
Jerusa
went.
has left.
Oh, she'll be back.
Yeah.
Like
But
fascinated.
ahí la conexión, the connection might have failed. Let's see. I will stop the recording.
Yeah, the recording?
Yeah, recording. Would you like to share the document yourself? Because we couldn't find it in our document.
Oh, I'm in the action plan here.
Yes, but we couldn't find it. Would you like to share it?
I'm gonna share again with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
here with a screen. You can open the screen.
All right. So you wanna take a look at this now? Okay. I'm gonna share. Share. Here. Here. Yes, I think.
Uh-huh. Just look at this. We never saw it.
Ah,
It's here.
Never. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
no, it's not. A ver.
Maybe we need to refresh our document. Maybe it's refreshing.
But I just opened it.
It's on
No.
meeting 4. I put.
Yeah. Well, what you're showing us, I cannot see. I don't know why. But
It's so weird.
yeah, but
The LOs are not yellow in my version.
no, neither are mine. But
I
okay.
have just one yellow here. Just one.
Yeah, those are not
Yeah.
yellow.
All right. You made a point
I think
you made a
maybe
point
I
of
didn't.
including the time. Yes.
I have. Now I can see them.
Can you see now?
Silvia, they are there. Yes.
Oh, great. I'm
Yes,
glad.
yeah.
Because
see,
you
Silvia?
accept it. Maybe.
I know what I did. I didn't publish.
Okay. Okay.
I
Great.
think I have to make go and then you can see.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Now that you have published, okay. So, great. So let's take a look at those now, at the SMART. Why would you consider them SMART, Jerusa?
Because I was reading again about it, and then I think they have they are specific, they are measurable, they are, I forgot the A, okay, they are time bound, and they are, I forgot, but I have.
Great. You have checked that they are specific, that the
Yes.
yes, they are measurable, the verbs you used explain, categorize, you used differentiate, you used summarize, and you used find examples would be identify. All right. They're all
Okay.
examples.
I just got here. They are also, I believe they are achievable and relevant to
Yes.
the teacher.
And how do they compare with your previous outcomes, the objectives that you had at the beginning?
I tell you what, I had them just here.
Oh,
Just here.
yes.
I didn't, I have it then just here. Here. And then I didn't give it a really thought on what I wanted. I wanted to present for the first time in my life, and I wanted the teachers get to know that those materials exist. So I think I was focused on only on doing the thing, having the experience to tell you the truth, but also pedagogically. I was focused on the pedagogical help I could give the teachers. Only that. But I have just this here, and that's it. Now I have something smart.
To what extent? But I mean, if they were here, now you kind of put them into words, because it's not that you created new SMART goals. Or
No,
okay.
no, I have it. When you asked me to do this, I was writing, think about going to my slides again, and they said, no, I wanted this. I can't focus on this. I just went through my slides and said, no, this is my objective. This is it. This is it. And then I put them like in SMART.
And do you remember which activities actually engaged the participants in doing something so that they could explain why it matters? Do you remember?
I did. I was going over it, and I would like to show you if I can.
Because now what is important is also to align SMART goals and activities.
Yes, this is it. I was going over. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I was writing this here, and then I got the first objective here. The teachers will know how to explain the two reasons why this matters. And then I had this activity here that I was asking the teachers, why do you think this matters? I have some information. And after they discuss it, I show this here, the reason. So I think these two activities, they match.
So they are aligned, the activities are aligned with the SMART goal and
the number one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this activity, this is the second one you have there.
Yes.
And I wanted them to, in 20 minutes, I wanted them to get to know the cultural circles that they don't know, and categorize 5 countries in the circle. And we were just, this is the slide. And in the end, I showed them one by one, these countries, one comes down and the other comes down. And I asked them, where do we put them? Which part of the circle?
And within the big picture, within the big picture of your workshop, the final goal, how does categorizing the countries contribute to the understanding of the relevance culture has for the learning of English?
I feel that I was writing about this as well. I feel that the teachers will understand that English is not really for native speakers. There are all kinds of Englishes around, and English is a tool to communication. It's not like, oh, I'm the best one because I speak English. No, everybody speaks English. Now English is a tool to many countries, many people to communicate.
Okay, so that is the conclusion you want them to reach.
Exactly.
So they categorize, and then because you start with an explain, you remember the first goal is explain, and then they categorize. What do they
Yeah.
do once they have categorized? How do they get to this conclusion that you have just worded?
Okay. You mean in this particular activity or all the workshop?
No, I'm thinking of this one. They categorize. I mean, categorization as it seems pretty easy to do. I mean, they just place the names of the countries are given. Isn't that so? So they will probably work in pairs, in groups, and come and solve this, which will be
Yes.
done pretty quickly. So
Yes.
the categorization will lead them to conclude what?
That English belongs to everybody.
Okay. So how do you get them to say that?
Because previously because we have the theory here, some information about the circle. Yeah, because here they will see some information about the theory.
Yes.
And then I feel that they will reach this conclusion because of the theory, and the circle here is very interesting as well. And we have a short explanation. Based on this explanation, I believe they will reach this conclusion.
Okay. But will you give them a question? Will you ask them a question when so that they reach the conclusion?
No, I didn't think about that. No.
I mean, can you show me the SMART goal again? Categorize, it says
I do.
here.
Yeah.
That is there. After getting to know, participants will be able to categorize 5 diverse countries. Okay, there, demonstrating an understanding of how the model works. Okay, so at some point, is the categorization the only conclusion you come to, or will you engage them in some further discussions so that they show, you want them to show that they have understood how the model works?
You know what it reminds me of, Jerusa? Sometimes these kind of activities, I mean, you are able to solve the activity, but there's an element of luck or there's an element of guessing involved, maybe, and or maybe not. But you, as a workshop leader, need to decide whether it was guessing or not, whether they got it right by chance or whether they really understood. So how would you know?
I'm
Maybe
copying this.
they can justify the categorization. They can justify the categorization. And you may even ask, why do we teachers of English need to understand this model or how this model works? And that would wrap it up, because you do include it in the goal, right?
You want them you want them to understand. That's your main goal.
Yes.
So then you need to check in a way that you, as the leader of the workshop, make sure that this eureka moment has happened.
Right.
And it was not just by chance.
Because here you have like two sub goals: categorize and demonstrate an understanding. I think that the activity engages them in categorization. At what point or what question or what is it that they have to do to show you an understanding of how the model works? So always
Understand.
and try to align the task the activity or the activities to the learning outcome, so that the learning outcome can be achieved, right? Can be measured. You need evidence to measure it. And so that it serves, all this serves as for the final purpose, for the ultimate aim. Is this
I
what?
got it.
Okay. Because in the
got it.
previous one, you did write how you were going to do it.
Here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see, when they provide two reasons, during a group discussion, when they provide the two reasons, there you have the evidence.
So I have to think about asking them questions to check
Well,
if what I wanted,
Oh.
I got what I wanted.
well,
If that is your aim, of course.
questions or, I mean, because categorize, yes, they categorized. They placed the countries in the correct place, but demonstrate understanding. What part of the activity showed that they understood how the model works?
Okay, I got it. But I have a question. If they're able to categorize it, to do it correctly, I mean, did they not show that they understood? Or maybe it was guessing or by chance, like Sylvia said.
Well, you need evidence. You need further evidence. You need like rechecking.
Understood.
English use expansion from countries where it is the language of a country. What word goes there, for example, in the first square?
Primary.
Okay. Fine. Then in a circle, English is the
primary again. They have to tell me that. This part I ask them.
Okay. So they need to justify. If they can justify their choices, yes, then you will get a clear picture. If they just place the words in the squares without justifying, you will never be sure whether they have just guessed right or they have actually achieved your learning outcome.
And whether they have actually made the connection, because they can do it, I mean, thinking about, not guessing, but maybe the connection of this deeper understanding that you're after, they do not make it on their own. And maybe somebody else says this in the justification, as Sylvia was saying, or very explicitly, right? Like, how come? How do you realize? Why do you say so? Then verbalizing this may not only serve as developing awareness of the one who says it, but of the other participants in the workshop as well. So at least you make sure that by asking one of them to voice this justification or this deeper explanation, everybody has heard it crystal clear.
And if they make a mistake, it's okay. If they make a mistake, it's okay. We understand that mistakes are learning steps, and you will have the opportunity to rephrase or give further examples so that the model is clear from the start.
I got it.
So you have the learning outcome and activities that give you the evidence you need to know whether the learning outcome has been achieved or not.
Okay.
Great.
I got it. Understood.
Let's see if you can self-assess the next learning outcome and an activity following our procedure.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do this now. Let me put this together so you can see everything together.
Good.
Because this is the other slide. So within 30 minutes, after getting to know the 3 types of cultural materials, participants will be able to differentiate the 3 of them. analyzing some examples. Okay. I think maybe this is fine, because here in this part is the part where they get to know the 3 kinds of materials. This is like, that is there. Getting to know is this part here, because they're gonna use the pictures to get to know. And then I put here another one. I have 3 slides, but I put here just one for you to see.
Yes.
Here I have examples,
Mhm.
but when I present, they don't see the names. I have,
course.
and then
Of
I
course.
ask them to analyze. I ask them to analyze these examples, and they have to tell me if it's international, cultural, or source materials, but they don't see the name. And then they're gonna say international, because they have many
Yes.
evidences here that this is not a native or from Brazil, for instance.
So,
I think
to what extent does this learning outcome with these activities help you achieve the ultimate aim?
okay. Here, this first one I can get to know, it's this first picture, I think. And analyzing examples, they will have examples. I think it's fine. Maybe before I ask them, okay, before I show the answer, I may ask, how do you know that?
Mhm. Mhm.
Why are you telling me that this is international? And maybe they tell me, yes, because I see Egypt over there, I see Rome or Italy over there. Maybe I can ask this too.
Mhm. Okay. Remind me, the ultimate aim of the workshop was?
The teachers get to know pedagogically, they get to know that these materials exist, 3 different materials, and I want them to understand that English belongs to everybody, and English is a tool. Is not a sign that some groups are superior to the other groups. This is the
Okay.
goal.
So your main aim is a workshop to develop understanding only, Jerusa? Because I mean, it's something that you're actually highlighting. I want them to understand this and to understand the other thing and to understand this.
I think that
Okay.
I
Yes.
had understood that it was become familiar with these
Yes.
materials, so that they can insert or include the element of culture when they teach English.
Yeah,
That's so? Because
exactly.
culture plays an important role.
Yes. Maybe Silvia asked me an interesting question. Maybe I want them to use it as well in their classes. They transfer it. I want them to use it in their classrooms as well.
Yes. Yes. Maybe.
Okay. So now you're thinking about impact, Jerusa.
Yes. Yes.
Mm?
Yes.
So understanding is a prerequisite. I mean, and they need to understand first, and they understand by sorting out, by I mean, carrying out the activities you propose. They develop this understanding of culture, of what examples, what type of example of culture is a certain web page or kind of material. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
then I can become proficient at sorting out. Whenever I see one page, I say, this is X type. This is the other type. This is. Now, how will this influence my teaching once I leave the workshop?
Yeah.
You see? This is
Agree.
necessary because before I came to the workshop, I didn't understand. I was not aware that this is important, and I was not aware that all this material existed, and that it responded to different types and criteria. So that is what I need to know. Is that all I need to know to be able to go back to my classroom and do something about it? Or do I need a little bit?
So,
No, you have to understand. You will have to understand the importance of it. You have to see the importance and be, I mean, convinced that you have to use it on your classes as well.
so probably that part comes in the next slide, in the next learning outcome, doesn't it?
Let's see. I hope so, because if it doesn't come, I will change it all to come.
No, why all?
Okay. I will change it because okay, so they know, okay, and then we're gonna this is number 3. By the end of the workshop, participants will be able to summarize 3 pedagogical advantages. They will discuss the advantages of using it and to increase students' motivation, inclusion, and identify the perspectives, theoretical perspectives. But this is very fast. And then this is the activity, this is the part, I think this is just reading
No,
the
I think
importance
that
of.
it's more than that, because you are getting them to identify criteria. Summarize 3 key pedagogical advantages means that they are leaving the workshop with a set of criteria that will help them decide if the materials, the cultural materials, will be advantageous or not. They need to
Yeah.
increase motivation, they need to include all the learners, they need to create a cultural exchange. So if they leave the workshop with a set of criteria, that will definitely help them in their classrooms.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
it's awareness plus criteria, awareness of the importance, the need to include this in their classroom, which you emphasize throughout the workshop.
Yeah.
But also how to, I mean, the basis to choose what to carry into their, or what to plan for their lessons as well.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
probably you want them to identify the advantages by summarizing the material that you are providing them. You are giving them some reading, some quotes, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this part here, I would like, I didn't want to say the benefits because who is Jerusa? Who is Jerusa? But these people, they said that. I mean, just
Perfect.
get the code. They foster learning motivation, international materials, promote inclusion, it brings variety of knowledge. These people, they say that the benefits. These people listed the benefits because they are specialists in the area.
Yeah, it might be interesting, but I don't know if you will have the time to get them into 5 groups, each one will get a quote, and they have to explain why these cultural materials foster learners' motivation, so that they do not only take the criteria, but an explanation of why that criterion is important.
Mhm.
But I don't know about the time, because so it's not that they just summarize, but they identify the advantages. Yeah.
They give their opinions. They were like,
Yeah.
why they discuss this
Yes,
opinion.
they explain. Yes, they explain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
got it.
The reason why that is an advantage, say using cultural materials is an advantage. Because Mackey says they foster learner motivation. Why?
How?
How?
In what way?
Uh-huh.
Respect others.
What do they offer? What do they offer students to make them more motivated? That might be a question. If they get stuck, they don't know what to say, you begin to break down the question into,
Okay.
smaller bits.
I
Like,
see.
yeah.
I
Otherwise, you know what? Otherwise, you take this as a general truth without questioning it. And
Mhm.
the problem with sometimes these experts is that they say something that probably does not apply explicitly or directly or so straightforwardly to your context. Hmm?
I
So,
see.
so it's interesting not to question them, but to actually think about to what extent this would be applicable and in what ways you need to apply the whatever it is that you are dealing with in the workshop to see if this is true for you as well, because it may not be. So if you take it, they increase motivation, then imagine you do something cultural activity in an activity focused on culture in your classroom, and it doesn't work, and you think it's your fault.
Mhm.
And maybe not, it's not. Maybe it's that this may take places. So it's interesting, even though these quotes come from experts, to get teachers to think about ways in which this can be actually transferred to their classrooms.
And there you
Mhm.
have the transfer. They are already thinking. You get them to think how they can transfer the cultural activities, considering the benefits and the advantages that some people say.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you are already making them think of their own contexts.
Mhm. Mhm.
Or even actually asking about the challenges they might face when trying to implement this in the classroom. For example,
Mhm.
the one that says they create learner interest towards contents and thus towards language. Well, all contents. I mean, what sort of contents? Maybe the contents,
Mhm.
especially teenagers are mostly interested in, are not appropriate for educational settings. So you need to, to balance other things. So um, think of songs, very popular songs that are, not very appropriate. It happened to me once. I was teaching at a religious school, and one of the teachers thought that one of Ricky Martin's songs, Living La Vida Loca, was appealing to students. And it was appealing to students, but hardly appropriate in a religious school, because of the things that the song advocated. I mean, we can all sing it and dance to it outside school, but not in school. So that is another way of getting teachers to think of the decisions they will have to make when they are actually trying to do what you suggest in the workshop by themselves, when they are just faced with planning. So some of these worries, challenges, decisions they may have to take, you include them in the workshop.
Mm. Mhm. Yeah, understand. It's clear. Mhm.
I was
I got
thinking
it.
of the last one is they are going to create a document collaboratively, aren't they?
Yes.
This is great because suppose that you're short of time, you can always present the activity and invite them to do it later because I mean it does happen. How long is the workshop?
1 hour.
Right.
Mhm.
In 1 hour, personally, if I can achieve 2 or 3 learning outcomes, I mean, I am more than delighted. Because first of all, we need to activate the prior knowledge about a certain thing. Well, you worked on the theoretical aspects. Then you want them to start showing that this activation and this identification is actually being clear to them. You want to engage them in activities that start showing evidence that their understanding is deep learning. And finally, you want them to transfer to practice, right? Which I believe that one of the pedagogical benefits is quite useful for that to show you. So if you run short of time, inviting them to a document that you have already completed, because you can include some examples yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That might
All right. I got it. This is the activity,
yeah,
the document. I do this as I've made this as a model. It's on my slide, but of course they have the link to do it. But
yes.
I put here one example. Maybe I can put one here and one here. And if I run out of time, I ask them to continue doing it afterwards, maybe.
It's a collaborative activity because you
Mm-hmm.
will always want to have an exit ticket. You will always want to have an activity to reflect upon so that you know what they are taking away
Okay.
before they leave, before it's too
Okay.
late. And
So it's better if I run out of time. It's better if they have just a sample here, just something fast, and I go to the exit ticket, right?
yeah, you will want to have feedback of what they have learned. You
Mm-hmm.
most probably. So did you have one before?
I'm gonna show you my ones.
Yes.
Actually, I have three, but I use just one. Actually, I have three. Let me see my slide here. Then I'm gonna show you the exit ticket. Okay, it's here. My slides are here. I had this three of I've prepared the three, but I've used just one, of course. Sure. I had this one. I was prepared when I was preparing. I had this. Ask them. And then I put them all here for. So you give me your opinion. How can you adapt cultural materials to your context? That was a group discussion I was thinking about. I put this here to ask them directly and talk about it in 5 minutes. I had this one as well.
Yes.
But I used this one. Actually, this one, I just to use it. The biggest learning question I still have, how will you use my new knowledge?
I love having the options, because then according to the feeling you get from the group, you can always say, no, number one is not suitable, I will go for number three. So that is amazingly great.
It's interesting because you plan this beforehand, and maybe the audience is an audience that is rather reluctant. For example, take the second one where you have which is the one the other one. What do you remember from this workshop? Maybe you get participants that give you speeches, and maybe you get participants that would rather say one word only. You see, so this you will realize as the workshop progresses. So options are a very good idea.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, ideally, we should have options for each activity. Ideally, to cater for everybody's needs, because at the beginning you don't know your group, but after the first activity, you already sense what they need and what they don't need. But well,
Mhm.
at least there you have your exit ticket, the options for the exit ticket.
I
Good.
do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
always be
I'm
flexible. Be flexible because, well, uh, time flies, and you may need to adapt certain activities according to
okay.
the pace as well. Yes.
Okay. So you like this more. Nice.
No,
I mean,
well, the options are amazing. I mean, having the possibility of choosing which one on the spur of the moment, say when you are about to finish, say, well, for this group, I would go for this exit ticket. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
whichever
Mm-hmm.
whichever
Okay.
suits you best. So, Jerusa, talking about the meeting today, I want to go back to what did you notice today? What
I've noticed that you asked me a lot of questions and you keep asking questions. And then I reach at the point, I say, I don't know. And this is really good because I was thinking a lot about what you keep asking, especially on learning outcomes 2 and 3. I'm gonna review the recording again on this part because they're gonna change, rethink my activities in these parts. And I'm happy I did some that are
uh,
okay, not correct, but okay. And then I didn't do
Mm.
something terrible on my first workshop. So I'm happy about that as well. I've learned that I have to study more in, I mean, theory. And I've learned that I have to think more when I'm designing the workshop. But I already have something. I'm not zero anymore. I'm happy about that. But I have to ask me questions. I have to, you know, and then, okay, what I want. Yes, and yeah, I've learned that I have to ask me questions, not
I,
just do it.
I feel that you, as you said, everything was here. Now you're putting everything into black and white. And this is
Mm-hmm.
the moment, the eureka moment, where you discover how, all these ideas you had, you were able to put them into in paper, and now you're discovering things that probably you did intuitively
Yes.
a workshop. You solved them. You had the clear picture of what you were aiming at. But having to explain it to us who were not
Yeah.
there, you start questioning yourself, and this is
Yes.
amazing because we won't be here all the time, and you are taking
Unfortunately, unfortunately,
but you
and
are taking away all these
close
techniques.
parenthesis, unfortunately not. Okay.
I mean, you're developing so very quickly all these strategies and techniques that compensate for that which was it wasn't lacking. It wasn't on paper, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think
And I tell you what, I'm gonna reorganize everything. I will show you again because the work, my work was accepted in the convention in Brazil. I was accepted. Yes. Unfortunately, Argentina and Peru, no, but I don't give up. Never, ever. I will never give up. I've noticed that Argentina, they got more people from Argentina because I'm following the people. And in Peru, the same. Most of presenters are from Peru.
well,
And
Teresa,
but I don't give up.
let me tell you that last year I applied for the ELT in Argentina. I was rejected because they said that they had too many. So,
Ah, yeah,
and I am from Argentina, so don't take
yeah.
it
So
personally.
I'm never, I would never give up. Okay, but in Brazil, I was accepted for the convention in July. So I'm working on that again, reorganizing. I don't know if I was just accepted, but I don't have instructions or anything.
Well,
But I will reorganize everything,
eh,
go
let
working
us
with you.
know. Well, let us know when it is, where, because maybe we can travel.
Yeah, if you stay there, if you will
Oh,
be there, I will.
let us
But
know.
I would like you to be there to analyze it, everything. I really would like
No,
to
to
be there.
have
If you
fun.
guys be there,
I want to have fun.
yes, fun, not working. No, fun, please. Okay, but I was accepted, and then I don't have instructions, but I will already. I'm gonna do it everything with as you are helping me with this. I mean, and then you will see a new workshop soon,
Okay. Okay. Well,
based
I
on
mean,
your
there's
help.
it's a new draft. It's when we
Yes.
write like when we write an article, we write and rewrite, and every time we look at it again, we rewrite it again.
There are some changes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Yeah.
my goal is you're gonna be very proud when you see my last draft. You're gonna be like, my goodness. You guys will be like, I'm a wonderful mentor. I want you to think that I'm so good. I want you to think that you guys are wonderful when you see my work.
How cute.
Okay.
Okay, so Jerusa, we are taking away lots of things today. So then I will write an email with all the information and what is next. I suppose that in the next one we should be wrapping up because you have gone really far. We have given you feedback on the evidence we obtained from your reflections. You have gone beyond all our expectations. So what else can we ask for?
Nice. Thank you.
So we'll keep in touch.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, you
Okay.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jerusa.
so much. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.